back to Spare Time. In this episode of the Spider-Man thing, we're going to be showing you how to make, or I'm going to be showing you how to make the Spider-Man shirt for the webbing design, and the spider as well. And in the video, I didn't do the back spider because I just did that recently, so that's the back spider right there. And so yeah, we're going to start off by doing the spider, so let's get into that. So for the spider, I took a folded up piece of paper, and we're going to draw one half of the spider. And first off, I'm just drawing two ovals, and you might want to make it a bit bigger than what I'm doing right here in order to make it, an okay spider design. And this is a good opportunity to express some creativity and make your own spider design, have it, be your own, and nobody else can take it because it's yours. Anyway, I was drawing out the legs and kind of using a freehand drawing just to get the curve of the legs down, so it didn't look all straight and kind of technologically thing. Anyway, this is what the half of the spider looked like after I finished everything up and cleaned up all the edges. And then you just cut it out like so. And needless to say, this one was way too small, so I took option 2, which was download a picture from Google and put it onto my computer at the right size, and then trace it onto my paper. And I'm pretty sure this is another YouTuber's design, so if it is someone else's design, you guys know who you are, just leave a comment below. Anyway, once I had both pieces, oh yeah, and I folded up the paper again for this one, just cut it out. Once I had the full spider all cut out, I put it onto that felt piece that we used for the web shooters in the last video. And that's the fabric I used for the spider, and the benefit to using a fabric instead of like a foam or urethane, it's actually it'll move with the shirt, so you don't have to be careful taking the shirt off and on. Anyway, I'm cutting out the fabric, and then I cut out this piece of foam core poster board about the width of the shirt. And what this is going to do is it's going to be like a frame for the shirt, so we can put on the spider without any wrinkles or anything like that. And I put it just about long enough so it pretty much fits, but just to keep it tighter, I put in some safety pins because there's still a lot of wrinkles and whatever. Anyway, I cut off some excess that I had on there, which, not needed if you don't have any excess. Anyway, I put some more safety pins in there because it was still a little bit loose. I just wanted to make it as tight as possible. And just measuring it out, making sure I had the right spot. And this was a stupid idea. I don't know why I pinned in the fabric right there. Anyway, I cut out the fabric to the spider, and I'm measuring it out, making sure everything was even on both sides. And then I'm pinning the spider to the shirt, one for each leg, and then I did 2 for the body. You don't have to do exactly that, but I do recommend it. And you want to be careful with handling safety pins because I poke myself a lot with these, and you just kind of be a little more careful than I was. Anyway, this is what the pins look like once they're all in. And I'm just measuring it out, making sure everything was nice and even. Once everything was even, I took this black fabric paint that you can get at Walmart, and I'm using this as an adhesive because it stays in place, and it's fabric glue, I guess. Anyway, you got to take off the cap before you can use it. I didn't know that at first. I thought you could just use it whenever. And I'm just spraying, I'm applying a little bit by little bit, a very small amount, to the spider so I don't get any overlap or excess onto the shirt, because then you can see all the black lines. It's going to be weird. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is just put on a little bit at a time, and if you need to put on more, add a little bit more, but you can always go forward, you can't go back. Just keep that in mind. So I started to measure out the webbing for the spider, and what this does is it keeps it more even and less rugged and everywhere. So this is a necessary step. You're gonna need a ruler for this, and you just want to measure out everything and everywhere for all the webbing. Now, it is necessary if you want more classic Spider-Man, but if you want the kind of Edge of Time Spider-Man look where it looks all ruggedly and uneven and more realistic Spider-Man design, that's cool too. You can totally do that. It's your costume. But I'm saying if you want more of a classic Spider-Man look, you're gonna want to do you don't want to use a ruler. And I took this fabric marker, which I got at Walmart as well, and I'm drawing out the lines. And you can use the fabric paint or puff paint or whatever you want, but I'm using the fabric marker because I can get straighter lines and it's not going to look out uneven. Anyway, once I got the first line, I measured out 2 spots of where I wanted the second 2 lines to be, and then I draw them out kind of a curve. And everything I'm doing here is completely what I'm trying to say is you can do your own. You don't have to do exactly what I'm doing here. But I'm just kind of showing you, giving you an idea of what I did for the webbing in case you all needed some help with it. and just kind of measuring out where the curve is going to be for the arm. And the way I did that is I just drawn a point and then kind of connected it the best I could with just freehanding it, using the spider's legs as a guide and the length away from the blue fabric as another guide, and the point I drawed for the edge as another guide. So using those three guides, I was able to draw a curve like that. And if you guys are totally lost, you don't know what I said, don't worry, I'm completely lost too. Anyway, after drawing these second two lines over here, well, I just got these two lines done right there, and they kind of go onto the arm, and these are the two web lines for the arm, and then I have two for the shoulders, one on each side, and I'm just kind of adjusting the pins to make sure no wrinkles on the fabric. And again, using the spider to mark out and make sure everything's even, and then just drawing a line from the spider's leg all the way to the dot I drew earlier. And there we go, that's all the drag line webbing, and now it's time to go on to the rest of it. I drew a straight line for these three lines right here. That's just to make sure that this arcing web line kind of comes to the same point as it leaves off, so it all looks even and symmetrical and awesome and everything. Hopefully you get what I'm talking about. Anyway, I wish I did this for the rest of the suit, but I only did this for this shirt. I should have took my time with it, but the rest of it looks all uneven. Anyway, this is what the belt looks like with the webbing done. This is the design I went for. This is the shoulder, kind of more of my own design for the shoulders, but a little bit of the same, a little bit more ruggedy, but whatever. And that's the arm, a little bit more classic, but a little bit more uneven, and I tried my best. I also added another layer of the blue fabric onto the shirt, and this is only necessary if your fabric is really thin. If you already doubled up the fabric, this step is completely unnecessary, but it was necessary for me. Now, a little bit of a comparison. This is that other shirt I showed you in the web shooter video. That's hard to say. And this is my first one I made. It looks a little bit ruggedy, and this is the second one I made, and I'm going to put it on for you now. This is what the shirt looks like on me, and I look so grim. It's because I'm really tired. Anyway, that's the spider, and the web line looks awesome and amazing. And like I said, you could puff paint it or fabric paint it, but I just didn't want to right now. I probably will later. And I didn't add the back spider because I ran out of fabric. So as soon as I get some more fabric, I'll be able to add the back spider. And let me give you a close-up of the webbing so you can see what it looks like. There's from the arm all the way back to the back of the shoulders to the other arm, and that side of the shirt's never there. Anyway, that's the shirt design. If you guys like what you see, please leave me a like, and hope this guy's helped you. And if you guys are making your own suit and following along with me, I'd love to see what you guys are doing. Just show me where I can find it or send me a video of it. And I'd love to see what you guys are doing. Anyway, that's all the spare time I have to share with you guys. See you guys in the next video.